Where did school fit in? Things you learned in school?
That's a good question, and I'm not really the best role model for your students.
No, well, that's good.
I did not want to go to college.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and there are a lot of different reasons why, but the main one was that I didn't think anybody could teach me how to be an artist.
Uh-huh.
And what seemed like you really needed to be an artist was guts.
Mm.
And
No one can teach you that.
You needed guts, and you needed to be in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what I wanted. And I wanted to see if I had guts, and I wanted some real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
What ended up happening was that I was a waitress. The combination of all of those things, I was a waitress. No, I mean, it was great. For about 4 years, I look back on it now and I can laugh and say I was a waitress, but it was, I spent 4 years, I supported myself, I traveled all around, and I wrote every day, and I played, I wrote.
This is music, huh?
I wrote, I didn't know what I was doing. I wrote. I was writing stories, I was making paintings, I was writing songs, I was playing my guitar, I started gigging, I got paid, on a day.
Was this in Chapel Hill?
No, I lived in Wilmington, I lived out west, I did something that I really had disdain for everyone having their life planned for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to see what I had in me without somebody telling me what to do. And I went and I did that, and it was really lonely and it was really hard.
Yeah.
But it was the best thing I could have done. And so when I actually did go to college, I didn't want to, but I had been a waitress, and I knew that I was really not around always people that were as ambitious as I was, and that I was really just being a waitress and pretty lonely mostly. I got a job in New York, and I was doing some really exciting stuff, and I called my parents and I said, okay, this is it. I told you I didn't want to go to college. I'm going to keep freelancing, doing what I'm doing up here. I love New York City. And they finally yelled at me and said, if you chase your rent in New York City, you'll never have your own record, which was, the one thing you could actually say to get them to listen to. And I came home, and I went to Chapel Hill, and all my friends around me at the time said, your parents are right. And so I kind of begrudgingly went to school, and I have to say that the creative writing department and the American Studies department really took me in. And I don't know if it was just time or the wonderful people that were around me at that time, but I lived out in the country, and I was really able to be my own person, but to have this wonderful infrastructure of encouragement and knowledge around me. And I don't know if someone can teach you how to be a good artist, but these people certainly taught me how to be a better one. They certainly taught me a whole lot, and they gave me a lot of really constructive space to run. And I think it really saved me. I think it really saved me. And I am always, always so grateful for that. And it really was when things started to make sense for me. But I was looking for some very particular things, and I found them. And I think that's why school was so meaningful to me, because I wasn't floating at all. And the people around me didn't let me float either. They were great. So, I really, at that point, school became very, very meaningful to me.
Well, yeah, so you are actually a good role model. Because you came to it because you really wanted something.
Yeah. I love...
Not a degree, something that's not...
Yeah, and I will admit that I don't have my degree at all. I have 9 hours left.
But you got an education.
I did my thesis. I have to take a geology class. And I will do it one day. And I wish that I had done it then. I just started being on the road. And
Yeah.
one of my professors said, you go, you can do this anytime. Oh.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, I love school, I love books, I love learning, I love learning for learning's sake. I love everything about all of that. And I think that's why sort of higher learning and I got along really well.